Your default right now is to be fearful, avoidantly attached. Your default right now is to show up in the way that you have shown up in the past, because that is what has been hardwired into you from a young age. But when you allow yourself to step out of survival mode and you give yourself all of these things that you need, you show your worry brain that you can trust yourself, then you're able to show up for yourself in bigger ways. Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Sandra, and on this channel we talk about all things inner work, healing fearful avoidant attachment, and healing out of survival mode. And for today's video, I want to talk about your worry brain, something that you may have heard me mention in past videos, and maybe you're not sure what that really refers to. So my word for it, the worry brain, is actually just your survival brain. And for today's video, I want to talk about how your worry brain / your survival brain can actually cause you to self-sabotage, how it can cause you to show up in a way that isn't aligned with your higher self and with the goals that you want to achieve, and how oftentimes these two can actually contradict each other if you're not doing the right things to help your worry brain feel safe. And for the rest of the video, I am going to be referring to the survival brain, your limbic system, your survival primitive brain, as the worry brain. So the entire job of the worry brain is to keep you safe, is to help you survive. So its main objective is to help protect you. Oftentimes this can come and contradict what you want, the goals that you want to achieve, the version of yourself that you want to step into, the amount of money that you want to attract, the type of partner and relationship you want to have. Maybe you want, as a fearful avoidant, you want to have this really deep and intimate soul level relationship, but your primitive brain, your worry brain, does not allow you to have that because you're not meeting your most basic needs. And oftentimes the worry brain will step in when it feels like it cannot trust you. It feels like it has to make decisions for you, for your own good and for your own protection and for your own survival. And so what you need to actually do for your worry brain is to create plans, is to write things down, is to not overwhelm yourself. Let's say you have a lot of appointments, you have a lot of errands, you have a big to-do list, you have all of these things that you need to get done, and all of these things that you need to do to take care of your body and meet your most basic needs, but you're not doing any of those things. You're feeling so overwhelmed in your head. You're not writing down things that maybe you get a lot of ideas, you're not writing them down. Maybe you have a lot of appointments and you're not writing them down to remind yourself. Maybe you have a lot of errands to run and you're not writing them down. Maybe you have a lot of things to do in the house and you're not writing them down. All of these things are showing your worry brain that you cannot trust yourself, that it cannot actually trust you to follow through, and that it has to constantly be on this high alert and be in the survival mode to keep you on high alert, to keep you kind of like on edge, to remember to do these things. So when you're not writing these things down, obviously your brain has to do so much work and it takes so much energy to try to remember to do these things, because it's constantly keeping it at the forefront of your head, of your brain. And so a way to get around this is to start writing these things down. Create a to-do list, write down all of your appointments, start drinking water, start eating healthy foods, start working out and moving your body. When you are not meeting your most basic needs, you are not doing the most basic things to help yourself, like writing down, if you, let's say you're feeling overwhelmed and you have so many things going on in your head and you're not taking the time to write these things out, to get them out of your head, to declutter your mind, then that just causes so much more anxiety and causes you to stay in survival mode even more. I know this sounds super simple, but when you're not doing the most basic things like drinking water, eating healthy foods, taking your vitamins, writing things down, that sends a signal back to your worry brain that you cannot be trusted. And if you cannot be trusted with the small things, you cannot be trusted with bigger things, like creating a loving and healthy and intimate relationship. Because your default, you have to really put this into perspective. Right now, if you have a fearful avoidant attachment, your default, what has been programmed into you and been hardwired into you in your subconscious mind, which records all of your experiences, is that love is unsafe, is that connection is not safe. And so when you are in survival mode, your brain automatically goes to past experiences, and the actions that you take and the thoughts that you think and the emotions that you have will be coming from your subconscious mind and from your primitive brain. And so it will be playing out old patterns from the past. It will not be making conscious choices, because what happens when you're in survival mode, you're not meeting your most basic needs. You're not drinking your water. You're not eating healthy foods. You are not moving your body. You are not writing things down to declutter your mind. You're not preparing beforehand before any big thing. Like, let's say you have a big meeting or big presentation and you're not preparing beforehand, then you wait till the last minute. That causes you to go into survival mode. And the more that you are in survival mode, the harder it becomes to make conscious choices that are more aligned to the version of yourself you want to step into. The harder it becomes to show up in a more secure way, because your default right now is to be fearful, avoidantly attached. Your default right now is to show up in the way that you have shown up in the past, because that is what has been hardwired into you from a young age. But when you allow yourself to step out of survival mode and you give yourself all of these things that you need, you show your worry brain that you can trust yourself, then you're able to show up for yourself in bigger ways and you're able to make conscious choices. Let's say your partner triggers you and this old wound comes up that usually causes you to push them away, that usually causes you to shut down. When you're in survival mode, you're just gonna let that happen. You don't have any choice over it. And I often say that it feels like someone else is controlling you, because really it is like someone else is controlling you, because you go unconscious and your body acts based on past experiences, and you're not able to make conscious choices anymore. You're not able to make rational choices anymore, because when you're in survival mode and your worry brain takes over, it shuts off that decision making part of your brain that is conscious, that makes rational choices, that you know are more aligned with the version of yourself that you want to show up as, that you know is more aligned with that securely attached version of you. And so what you want to do is to start creating that safety for your body. Start showing your worry brain that you can be trusted. When you say, I will work out for this many days for however long, you show up for yourself and you do it. When you say, I'm going to take on this task, let's say it's going to be a presentation or whatever it is, whatever projects it is that you're working on, when you say I'm going to do something, create a plan and do it. Do not wait till the last minute. Do not procrastinate, because that only shows your worry brain that you cannot be trusted, and it causes it to take over. And it causes it to feel like, okay, she's not taking care of this, so I have to step in and protect her from herself and act based on past experiences. I also want to mention that doing all of these things, the basic things and meeting your most basic needs, is based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I will try to put the pyramid here in the video so that you can see what that looks like, but you cannot reach self-actualization, which is at the top of the pyramid. You cannot be the best version of yourself, the most aligned version of yourself, if you're not meeting your most basic needs. On this pyramid, you need to reach your most basic needs, and each one builds on top of the other. So if you're not meeting your most basic needs and creating safety for yourself and showing up as the best version of yourself and in a way that your worry brain can trust you, you're not going to be able to self-actualize and align your actions with showing up in a secure way in a relationship. I know doing all of these things sounds super simple, but that is really what gets you out of survival mode. The longer you stay in survival mode, the harder it becomes to heal. And the more you step out of survival mode and you enter more into the parasympathetic nervous system, and you allow your body to heal and you allow yourself to make conscious choices that are aligned with your higher self, the easier it becomes to actually step into the secure version of yourself. The easier it becomes to make these types of decisions in the moments where you allow your partner to love you and you allow yourself to receive that love. Whereas when you're in survival mode and your partner tries to give you love and you associate it back to your past experiences, and you're not able to make that conscious decision in the moment to just allow yourself to sit in this love, allow yourself to receive this love, this is how self-sabotage can start showing up as. when you're not giving yourself your most basic needs, you also make yourself enter into survival mode. Because in order for you to feel at ease and to not feel like you have to enter into survival mode, you have to meet your most basic needs. And if you find yourself constantly stuck in survival mode and you're not able to create that basic level of safety, and you're not really sure how to move forward on creating that safety in your body, that is exactly what my nervous system course teaches you to do. In that course, I give you all the tools you need to regulate yourself and bring back yourself down from feeling so dysregulated, from feeling so on high alert and hyper vigilant, so that you can make conscious choices that are more aligned with your higher self and stop self-sabotaging. Because oftentimes the reason for self-sabotage is because we are not making conscious choices and we are acting from past experiences, we're acting from survival mode, we're not actually consciously making choices ourselves. Link for that course will be in the description down below. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and like it down below. I will be sharing more content on healing fearful avoidant attachment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.